back to the 3-Hour News Show, everyone, and you are now tuned in to our signature segment, See the Stories. Now, before we get into today's topic, you may remember, obviously, our viewers as well, that we not long ago celebrated our 2nd anniversary here at See Today.
Yes.
I would like to ask you, ladies, where do you think we are at this point in correlation with what goals we have set for ourselves being a player in Southeast Asian media, and where would you like to see us go from here? Starting with you, Caroline, perhaps?
All right. I think it's just by us introducing our culture throughout everything. I love fashion. I think that's the way that I speaks my passion. And I think through that, I think I would like to introduce Indonesia and also Southeast Asia to the world. And of course, as you see, my hair is covered. So again, modest fashion right now is a big industry. So again, these kind of industries and also traditions and culture combined together that really kind of showcase what Indonesia and Southeast Asia region can come upon.
Very nice. And by the way, who made that? It's really nice.
Me myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anyways, no, never mind. Go ahead.
There you go. All the power to you and the other local players out there.
Exactly.
All
Yeah,
right.
I kind of agree with Carol, and I think See Today right now with the vision of being the first in Southeast Asia, giving the latest with what's happening, but also we're giving a very unique flavor of Southeast Asia. So we give a different story, sort of like out of the box kind of stories, which cannot be found in other news platforms. So I guess if you're asking how far we are, perhaps we can't be too optimistic that we have reached our target. Maybe like 75%.
Ooh, almost there though. That's not bad at all. It's a passing grade indeed. So I'm glad you both highlighted the need for us to express our cultural heritage to the world.
Yes.
And the fact that you, Leah, mentioned that we always mention and talk about interesting stories, because we're about to talk about one right now. And speaking of highlighting cultural heritage, a businesswoman from Yogyakarta makes accessories that are adorned with traditional Javanese letters on it. Let's have a look.
All right, here it is. Henu by Gracie, which offers numerous accessories with Javanese writing on it.
What began as a hobby in 2012, the business now have enjoyed sales of up to $8,000 a month.
Wow. That is explosive, by the way.
That is explosive.
Yeah.
So what happened? We need to ask her what happened,
course.
really. So, okay, so we're
How do
not
we do that?
connected already via Zoom. So welcome to the 3-Hour News Show. Gracie, the owner of Henu. Hi, are you there?
Hi, good
there she is.
evening.
Hi.
good evening.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for inviting, actually.
Yeah, it's an honor and also a pleasure for us to have you. So it is a very unique business. You have accessories adorned with Javanese letters or aksara Jawa. So how did you come up with this idea? Did somebody have ever ordered this item, or did it come from you?
So it's a quite interesting story for me personally, because actually during 2013 until 2016, I mainly sell to the US and Europe market.
Oh, wow.
So during that time, I didn't have Aksara Jawa collection already. But one time, a special client of mine asked me to make a Greek letters bracelet. So I tried to, I Googled it first, and then I tried to make it with wire, gold-filled wire. And then after that order was fulfilled, then I think, why don't we make it in Aksara Jawa? Because it is familiar for me, and in Yogyakarta, we still have some street signs in Aksara Jawa because we live near Kraton Ngayogyakarta or Kraton Yogyakarta. So after that idea came up, we decided to experiment with one piece of wire, because we work with mainly with wire, and we relearned about Aksara Jawa because it's been a long time. We learned that in elementary school for 2 or 3 years approximately, and we need some time to relearn it again to remember how it looks like and how the pattern works. And so after around several months of trial and experiments, we launched the Aksara Jawa collections in Henu by Gracie studio in Yogyakarta.
Wow.
So that's a short story of that.
Great. It's
Well,
also
that's
preserving the culture.
Amazing. I wish that we do have Javanese, letters also, being educated right here in the capital
Yeah.
city too. Now, Gracie, we took a peek on, of course, your social media. We
we
have
did.
125K established since 2013, and kudos to you. Your first market is U.S. and also, the Western countries and whatnot. But we want to know also. I mean, a great business comes from a great passion, and learning from your past history where this came up, Henu by Gracie, it started when you were in junior high school. You like to make little trinkets and accessories and whatnot. That's what I heard. Can you tell us more about it to where it escalates now, Henu by Gracie?
Okay, yeah. So it's I think some people have the same story as mine. Started the business first from hobby and now turned into full-time business. So my personal story is it was a hobby, but as a hobby, it's not really well managed. But then after I graduated from Gajah Mada University, I decided to make it a full-time job for me.
Mm-hmm.
So a friend of mine asked me to start using Etsy. Etsy is one of the marketplace that we use to sell your
Etsy.
products
Yes.
worldwide, and the main market is from the US. So I tried that, and that worked for me. So for around 3 or 4 years, that is the main marketplace that I used. And the most interesting thing is that with that marketplace, with that path that I took, I can meet some clients that offer me to do the wholesale orders. So I don't have to join big exhibitions in Indonesia or internationally. So it can also be done online. So that is the most interesting part.
Yeah.
And if I remember, during the first years, it was a one-man show, and then
One-woman show.
the team grew to 3 person, and then we are now 9 person as a team.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like that.
I mean, you really do inspire me because I do have a business also. It's still a very
Are you
micro
a
business.
one-woman show?
Jewelry.
I know, I'm seeing this.
You have a jewelry business as well.
I
right?
do.
Yes.
And then, seeing how Gracie is, really does open opportunities, right?
Yeah.
As long as you seek for it, as long as you're always trying and striving, I think.
That's right. But Gracie, I feel like I know you already because partly because Henu has been popping up on my timeline from long ago already. I
Yes.
recognized this
Really?
jewelry
Yes.
as soon as I saw it. I realized, oh, this is what I kept seeing on Instagram.
Yeah.
It would just pop up and occasionally. So what I found about a Javanese script is, even from the past, I always thought it looked very beautiful and
Yes.
exotic, right? It has its own unique
Right.
twist.
Almost like
It's
a
not
calligraphy.
Arabic, it's not Greek. It's kind of like a mix of everything, and it's very beautiful. However, let's get technical about Gracie. How difficult is this to make? What is the process? Because we're looking at sped up video and footage that shows one wire being twisted. Is that done by hand? Do you have machines to do it? Because it looks very neat. We're looking at
looks very neat.
superimposed pictures of it.
Right. It's
and
not
it
like a
looks like there's
DIY.
not a flaw in it at all. Plus, it's very tricky, isn't it? So you only use one wire to create all different letters into
Yeah.
one. Can you tell us about the process?
Yes, it is very interesting that you could understand that and mention that it's very tricky. It is indeed very tricky, and we use special pliers to do the magic, and it takes about 3 months, or at least 3 months, 3 months to 1 year to learn how to create Aksara Jawa from one layer of wire and create it into a bracelet or another form of jewelry.
Wow.
But the longer you learn and the longer you create, the more you create and the better. Sorry, the more you create, the better you will be.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. That's right.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. That's true. So for me, it was around 3 months, and for Bella, also the crafter in Henu by Gracie, it took about 1 year more or less to be able to make a tidy, what do you call it, a neat bracelet with a nice consistency.
Yeah, yeah.
So
If that explains.
basically, all of these pieces are all created by hand, one by one.
Yes, all of these
Okay.
pieces are created by hand.
Wow, it's very
Amazing.
unique.
That's true.
Wow.
Okay, so I mean, you started the business in 2005, if I'm not mistaken, and you have made it until today, surviving. You also expanded it to have this very unique Aksara Jawa items as well. Tell us, how do you do that? I mean, it's not very easy to preserve this kind of business, but you have reached an international market. And I've also heard that you have an offline store, which is located in Yogyakarta, very close to the Keraton. And from the reviews that I read, a lot of people really like your shop, not because of you only have, beautiful stuffs there being sold, but also you make friends with all of your customers. So tell us about it. Is it one of the tips to make a good business?
Thank you for noticing that. Yeah, because we are a small team here, and I usually available in the shop. So, how to say it? Actually, I just I did this one by one, and add the team one by one. So it goes like very organically. If I don't need something, I would not do that. So we are now a team of 9, but all of us have a very specific skill, and we work together with different skills. So yeah, I think it is that simple.
Yeah.
I think it is that simple, yeah. Simple
And
as
I
that.
think once you're like very passionate, again, this is about Gracie's baby, right? Starting from small, but it has a very huge impact, especially to the society itself in Yogyakarta. Now, in regards to this, because you were saying that you're very person to person, people to people, especially with your clientele and whatnot, have you ever received an unusual request from a customer that you think, oh my goodness, this is very unique, or oh my goodness, this is very hard, but I'm going to challenge myself and my team, I'm going to accept this, challenge accepted, and you did it?
Like Greek letters, maybe? Oh, wait, you've done that
Other than
already.
that way, yes.
Done it.
Okay, actually, around 2017, if I'm not mistaken, we were asked to make a mask from a wire. It looks like a frame of face, frame of face, and with pearls and also turquoise stone, and it was used for a special photo shoot and video.
Oh, nice.
And we decided to use pearl and turquoise to connect with the venue, which is at the South Sea Beach in Yogyakarta. And that is one of the most unique requests that we ever accepted. And number 2, I have the list here. We also received a set of souvenirs from a women's seminar, a special women's seminar in US. It was special because it is one of the big orders that we receive online. So it really I think the online business is like a game changer in small business, because it enables us to meet that kind of customers that really appreciates us, that not afraid to order to us. Yeah, and also we make some film properties.
I have a follow-up question on this. Sorry, before that, Paul. It's just because you were saying, Gracie was saying that she got a lot of these orders, especially from US and whatnot, for a lot of them, like a lot of pieces. And you and your team, how can you equip with that? How can you, how can you make all of that? Let's say it's for like 50 to 100 people. How long does it take
only
usually
9.
the time for you to produce all of that? Is there a timeline for you?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, the timeline of you to produce. Let's say someone from US asking you, within 1 month, I need 100 of your bracelet. Is that possible for you? Or you give them the time frame, okay, you order it to me, the process will take from 1 month to 3 months, let's say.
Okay. For big orders, we usually finish it within a week, perhaps 4 days
Wow.
up to a week for big orders, because we are a team of 4 for the crafters, so now we can handle it well. For the first times during 2013, 2014, I was alone. So it took a longer time, and one one funny story, I got my knuckles swollen because of an orders from Hawaii that is so big, and I have to finish all the orders by myself until my knuckles swollen. But now I don't have to do that anymore because we are a team of 4, and that's enough for now.
Okay, and you got to get yourself some gloves as well. So I have a question in regards
Yes, that's right.
I have a question in regards to collaborations, but hold that thought and I'll hold my question because we're going to take a short break. We'll chat more with Gracie when we return here on See the Story. Stay with us.